Good morning. Right, I'm just going to turn that up a little bit, not too loud. Hopefully you can hear me okay over the audio of the aircraft. As you can see, we're on the ground at Cardiff Airport, and the aircraft is in a turnaround state, which means there's power on there. The IRS has been aligned, and that's about it really. So we're parked up, just clear that. And as you can see, there's only power on one side, so we've got a bit to do here, and unfortunately what this means is you have to go through and check a few things. So let's get that off, okay, for the time being. Recirculation fans are on, packs are auto, APU is not on, so we'll start the APU. We've got all the fuel packs are on, fuel pumps are on, so let's just make sure that that's okay. Yeah, we're on battery. Passengers are sorted, sort out the flight altitude. We're only going up to 22,000 feet, so flight level 220, and let's put this to both. Position light is on and steady, so nobody's going to walk into the aircraft, or at least they shouldn't. And we're at Cardiff Airport. Okay, so let's just have a quick look outside. The weather is pretty overcast, and this is fairly accurate for the day. As you can see, we're in the zibo mode 737, and this is going to be the full flight as promised. We're also using Orbex Great Britain South as well, and as you can see, it's not a very nice day, not a very nice morning anyway. So we get back in the aircraft and just have a look at our weights and fuel. Yeah, plenty of fuel, in fact enough to do a return as well if we wish. So back, PA system.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight deck, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your company, and we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Again, welcome aboard.
The GPU is not connected, so we better get that APU running because we're on battery, and that could use up an awful lot of power. So put the APU bleed on, and one switch down, and again, You can see the APU pressure, EGT, going up. You probably can hear it a little bit as well. And that warning horn you can hear is just letting me know that there's power on the aircraft. And one thing I do need to get rid of the master caution there. Put the service interphone on. Whoops, where am I? Too many camera views, okay? So don't worry about it. Okay, APU is running. There we go. Let's just turn up some lights in here because it's gone really gloomy. There we go. That's better. Turn up these lights here. Panel lights up, man. Get the floodlights up, just so we can see what we're doing more than anything. And I might as well put the dome on as well. Put the dome light on. That makes it a bit brighter. Okay, so we're on APU. Everything's good. So let's load up the FMC, I think. Now, you'll have to forgive all the moving around different cameras. It's just I've got lots of cameras, but I know where I'm going. So position initialization, so it's going to be EGFF. Okay, and the route today is EGFF to EGCC. I've already looked at the weather and it's runway 12 in use today, which is quite nice. Next page, so Bracken, yep, VORDME there, November 864, and then Monty. Okay, that's our route. Activate that. Departure and arrival. So the departure off runway 12 is a Bracken 1 Bravo, and we'll go for ILS 23 right for the time being at Manchester, which will be a Mersey 1 Alpha arrival with a Mersey transition. Okay, let's just check the legs. No discontinuities, that's good. So cruise altitude, we'll go 220, and our fuel, planned fuel is 13. Whoops, in there. Zero fuel weights 1037. It's already done that for me. Put reserves in of 2 tons, and a cost index will go fairly fast, 25. Okay. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet, but the initial altitude out on a Bracken 1 Bravo is 5,000 feet. Excuse me. Cruise wind today is 192-33, and the top of the climb outside temperature is minus 18 degrees. That's top of climb. There we go. So checking our M1 limit, we want to select an outside air temperature of 45 degrees Celsius, so we make the engines think it's 45 degrees Celsius, and gives us an M1, red line M1 rate of 92.6. Going to take off, flap 5. Whoops, keep pressing the wrong thing. And so now we have our QRH, which is our V1 is 123, VR 124, V2 134, and trim is set at 4.31. Okay, so we'll go to trim, Whoops. There we go. I'm just 4.31. So, oops, wrong way. No, right way. There we go. I'm just using the scroll wheel. So that's 4. And 4.31 is about a third. So we'll give it that. You know, it's pretty hard to get completely accurate. All right. So let's have a look at the legs. Yep. Once again, no discontinuities. Good. So that is good. Everything's all right there. We've got 4 viewers at the moment. Good morning, Sim Game GR. Good morning and good flight. I hope so. I hope it'll be a good flight. One never knows. So there's the route we can see now. The reason why it's only 5,000 feet on a Breca 1 Bravo is because Bristol Airport is just across the Bristol Channel, not that far away from us, and so we have to be fairly close on that. Let's just check the QNH. QNH is 1009, so let's just do that. There we go, 1009 on the QNH, and we're good. I think we are good to go. Let's just sort this out. So altitude, initial altitude for 5,000 feet on the QNH. Heading is 120. Let's just sort our oops, gone past it. Set that to 18. Course 12. Oops, there we go. Flight directors on. Okay, I think we're ready for pushback. Yeah, we certainly are ready for pushback. Make sure there's no ground power is not connected, so better pushback. Pre-plan. We're on runway 12 today, I said, so there and ooh, there. Okay.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Okay, so just final checks. Put the transponder code in 2200 when you're flying offline. 122.80. I think we're good to go, I guess. Alright. Yeah, that looks okay.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Okay, so the tow's driving up. Not an awful lot we can do at the moment. We can just have a see the sun's pretty low over there. I need to check I've got the right time here. I thought that was wrong. That's in the evening. So just apply the changes. So now we're in the morning. So the only unfortunate thing about better pushback, the tow trucks come out of the out of buildings. Not an awful lot you can do about that. So we just wait for him to connect, and then it'll be a case of starting the engines. So isolation packs, although they're in auto, I'll put them off. They're not isolation packs.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Air conditioning packs I will put to auto to off, and then we'll start engines when he says I can. At the moment I can put the logo light on, leave all the other lights off at the moment because I don't want to blind the tug driver. And the funny thing is, if you do turn the lights on with better pushback, and you've got the the tug driver in front of you, he will say you've blinded me, and you'll have to restart everything again with better pushback. You'll have to get rid of it, turn your lights off and restart, which can be a bit of a nuisance.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, we can start engines now, so I need to turn the packs off. I'll put that to ground and monitor the N2 rotation. So N2 is rotating on engine 1. When it gets up to about 20, 22, you can probably hear it coming in. Then you inject the fuel, lift up the fuel lever. So there we go. Lift up the fuel lever. Lift up the fuel lever. What's going on here? Come on, I don't want a hot start. There we go. Oof, lucky. I thought I was going to end up with a hot start then. That's good. So engine, there we go, engine 1 has started. Turn the bus. Engine 2, you can see engine 2 is starting up there now. I'm watching the N2 rotation. I get up to about 20. Put the fuel in. Monitor the engine. We're good. Whoops. And monitor the switches when the switch goes back. There we go. We can now turn off the bus. Brilliant. Alright, so
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Set parking brake. Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Stand by. So now we can put the packs back on and turn off APU bleed. Turn off the APU. Electrical bus is on. Fuel pumps are off. Crossfeed is off, so we're just working off those pumps. Disconnect. We'll just wait for hand signal and then we can turn on some more lights. You tell us hand signal on the right or something.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, will do. We will have a safe flight next time. Right. So there he goes. You can just see him there. And once he gives us that hand signal, I can release the brake and get going. There we go. That's good. Okay. So now put the wing lights on, wheel well, anti-collision lights, taxi lights. Final check. There we go. So release the brake. Brakes released. And we're rolling. Now, there is something I need to do, I just remembered. And it's in the settings. So back, settings and features, realism settings. No, that's not it. Hardware settings, nose wheel axis to yaw. Back, 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 and back there. Yeah. Right, let's get moving again. Yeah, that's it. There's a bit of a problem. I couldn't figure it out, and then I saw it the other day in one of the forums that somebody had he was having trouble steering, and the nose wheel needed to be set to yaw in the EFB, and that was it. There we go. So just taxiing down to runway 12 here at Cardiff Airport, just going past the BA hangar on the right hand side there. And I must remember to start the clock. I always forget to start the clock. So put the flight director on. RTO engaged. And flaps to 5. Check there's nobody coming down. Nope. Okay, let's go. And we'll do a backtrack onto the runway. So not forgetting I'm using
approaching 12.
Obex GB South. At the moment I've got Ultra Weather XP, and I'm using FSGRW as well.
300 feet remaining.
So no problems, it seems to be running nice and smooth. The weather is rather overcast looking out of the window in the real world, so I'd say this is fairly accurate. Although I'd be a little bit surprised if the runway lights were on in the real world. They may well be actually, because it is very gloomy out there. Just turning onto runway 12.
On runway 12.
Okay. Everything's looking good. Let's have a look outside. Aircraft looks good. Just hold on the brakes a second. Taxi lights off. Landing lights on. I think we're good to go, as they say. Auto throttle engaged. Here we go. Engine stable. M1. Toga. Whoops, it's drifting off there a little bit.
80 knots.
80 knots.
V1 rotate.
Rotate.
Positive brake.
Positive brake. Gear up. 400 feet. Gear locked. And for some reason I cannot get command on. or VNav or LNav. What's gone wrong here? Flight director, there we go, that's right. Flight directors are on. LNav, VNav, there we go. Now this is a strange thing. When you're flying in cloud, the outside and you go into an outside view, the aircraft looks like a grey whale, like that. Now this is something to do with Ultraweather XP, which is very strange. Doesn't look so bad there. There we go. Coming up on 5,000 feet, as I said, Brecon 1 Bravo departure out of Cardiff. Initial altitude is 5,000 feet, and we're just coming up on that now. There we go. And the reason being that you're 5,000 feet is because of Bristol Airport being very close by. So flaps are up. So not an awful lot to see right now. Flaps are up. RTO disengaged. Wheel well lights off. Wing lights are off. You can still leave. Runway turn off lights are off. Landing lights are on. And you know, I forgot to start the clock. I always forget to start the clock. There we go. We've been flying for 3 minutes, so we can add 3 minutes onto the time. Okay, let's increase the altitude, I think. This won't change until normally we hit Brecon. So, oops. I'll do an altitude intervention here. So we'll go level change. And now we're coming out of the cloud a little bit. We're going past transition any second now. 6,000 feet, so we'll go to standard QNH when we get there. 6,000 feet. Standard, there we go. And we're climbing. We're coming out of the cloud. Let's have a look outside. Just about. Struggling a little bit because I think of the scenery. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. That's better. A little bit jerky in external views, and I think that's to do a combination with the weather and Orbex Great Britain South. I run an i7 at 4770, so it's an old i7. we go. I think we'll leave the seatbelt signs on. Landing lights can come off now. And turn the logo off. And there we have it. So we're inbound to Manchester. Very quickly, Manchester will come up. The weather is that bad, I think. It's going to be an ILS landing, and well, certainly an ILS approach. I need to figure out what the weather is at Manchester. So, good morning and good flight. Oh yeah, we've seen him. All right. So there's 3 viewers, no trolls. Makes a change. They are very annoying people, trolls. See, the weather's really quite lumpy. So on days like this, it's best to stay in the cockpit. Okay. So we're just turning off Brecon now, as you can see. Turning right. We'll go back to VNAV now. And MCP, we'll go VNAV. So that's alright. Okay. What I want is FMC speed. And I can't see. I can get M1 VNAV speed. Right, that's good. MCP speed. So Manchester. Oh, there's it's indicating ILS 23 right. Oh, but that's because I put in. So what I really need is to have a look at the weather for Manchester. So let's have a look over here. What was I was going to do something then? I was looking for weather, wasn't I? Manchester weather. So Meta EGCC.
Thousands go.
Let's see then. So the wind. Oh, 0307 knots. So I can still use runway 23. And the QNH at Manchester is 1014. That's alright. Scattered cloud at 2100, broken at 2700. So that's okay. 0307 knots. I can still use runway 23. If it goes above 10, then I'd have to change to 05. So we'll do flap speed of 132, I think. So it's 132 plus 5, so 30 flaps. 132 plus 5 equals 137 knots landing speed. And the ILS is 10950. We've got a bit of sunshine now in the cockpit. Early morning sun, very nice. So let's sort out the nav. So I said 109.50. 109.50 in the left, and 109. Oops. Something wrong here. 109.50 in the right. And the course is going to be 230. Okay. Everything's going okay for a change. Alright. Not bad at all. Nay bad at all. I was just wondering whether I've got time to go downstairs and get a coffee. I don't think I have. It was a very, very short flight. So let's just have a look here. So our top of descent is just over 25 miles away. So we'll descend to, I think, let's have a look. Legs. I think we'll go down to 7,000. So when I get to my top of descent, which is, what did I say, 25 miles? Yeah, we'll drop down to, I'll put it in 7,000, and it'll be a controlled descent approach, we hope. Yeah. And then we'll just follow the start into Manchester. Very long approach into Manchester, 15 miles or so. Justin, good morning. Good morning, Justin. You've done test flights around Cardiff and London. It is very, very good. But you do need, I think you need a big machine to run it. You know, I've got a 1080 GTX, and I'm okay. I haven't looked at my frame rates at the moment in this flight because the weather's bad. I've noticed a couple of times, yeah, you know, it struggled a little bit, but at the moment, look, you know, outside views not that bad. Kind of looks all right. I hope you can still hear me over the roar of the engines. You know, so we've got a lot of weather on, and yeah, let's turn that down a bit. Ooh, that's better. I can hear myself think now. Yeah, you know, the weather and Orbex GB Great Britain South, a little bit taxing. Is that even a word? A little bit taxing? I think it might be. But yeah, it causes a few issues, I think, for people. But yeah, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's what they say, innit? Dead broke
305. Good morning, Mr. Barnett. Is that Barnett? Yeah, you got it wrong, my friend. It's Barrett. B-A-R-R-E-T-T. But good morning to you as well. Nice to see you. Yeah, I know how you feel, dead broke. I'm dead broke. Right, so got a nice busy day today. After this, I'm going to go out and have a nice breakfast somewhere. I know where I'm going. I'm going to go to the Tuck-In in Cardiff. Absolutely brilliant place. Coming up on top of descent. We're down to about 8 miles, so what we'll do now is we should dial this in just before the TD. I said I'd take it down to 7,000, which is where I need to be at Mercy. There we go, 7,000. So that's dialed in. When we hit the top of descent, hopefully the aircraft will just nose over and descend. Good morning, Darren. You've done it as well. Yeah, I'm very well. How are you, Darren? I have a question for you as well, Darren. I will put it to you maybe later today. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I was reaching in my drawer yesterday for something. I was looking for a battery for my mouse, and I found that an Xplane dedicated sticker. I don't know whether you can see that on camera there. Let me know if you can, if you saw that. Yeah, I had 200 of those done for last year at Cosford, right? Not this year, last year, 2017. So I had 200 of these done, and they just went. They all disappeared, and I found 4 in my drawer. So I got 3 here. Okay, so I can only think of 3 people that deserve these at the moment. So I'm going to get those to those people. That's alright, dead broke. We all make mistakes. Every one of us makes a mistake. If we didn't make mistakes, we wouldn't be learning. Right, so the aircraft's descending. You can see it's descending now. There's an aircraft ahead of me. That will be AI, because I'm not online. So that AI aircraft, which you can see, I hope you can see my mouse on screen. I'm not sure whether you can, but that AI is 3,200 feet below me, 3,100 feet below me, because I'm descending obviously at a fast rate. And you can see, let's go through a few things here. Unfortunately, unlike the Zibo mod or even some of the Flight Factory aircraft, we cannot pop out these windows. So I'm just going to go through a few things here on screen. So as you can see, we're descending at a rate of about 2,000 feet per minute. The magenta triangle there, that is my descent rate, and I am on descent profile. That is what that's saying. I'm on the descent profile. What I am not on is the speed profile. I'm a bit fast, but that's okay because I'm quite high, so it doesn't really matter. When I get lower, the speed will come down. Okay, so if that arrow indicator was there, it would be saying that I'm on the speed profile, but it isn't. I'm descending fast, but I am on the descent profile, which is that. Now this bug down here, that tells me when I'm at the correct altitude. So as we get lower to 7,000 feet, that bug will come up, and that one will come up because I'll go onto the speed profile. Okay. When we come to get to the when we come down to the ILS and everything, so when we're on final approach and everything, all this will match up. Yeah, all these will match up. We'll talk about those when we get there. Performance is excellent, my great FPS. You're using an i5-7600 with a 1050 Ti. Oh well. No, the mistake I make is calling people by the wrong name. Justin became Justine the other day. It was a good job I didn't put an I in front of it, and we would have been in real trouble, wouldn't we? But okay, looking at the nav display here on the right, to the right, you've got your primary flight display here, and then your nav display here. It's telling me to retard. In other words, slow down, decelerate. So I could go to speed and bring the speed down, but I'm not gonna. That's not gonna help much. So what I need to do is do a bit of that. So bring out the air brake. You can see the aircraft vibrating a little bit now. So I've got the air brake out. Speed is coming down. It's also a good way of losing altitude. So we just bring the speed down and get this, get into the speed profile. Now coming back to the primary flight display here, where you've got the magenta line. This is me, the aircraft down here. Obviously, this green line here, this curved green line, is commonly known in Boeing circles as the Kermit line, because it's green and it's supposed to look like Kermit the Frog. So it's known as the Kermit line. And that's indicating that by the time I get to Mercy, I will be at 7,000 feet. So, which is right. Okay, so I've put the speed brakes back in. Now that we're maintaining a speed of 269, which is where he wanted me. Still asking me to slow down. Retard. Let's set the brakes, might as well, whilst we're here. Once we get down below 10,000 feet, we'll put the landing lights on. I don't think he did, Darren. Although he said he wasn't too bothered, so that's okay. I don't care. Alas, good morning from Sydney, Mr. Barrett. Hope you're well. We have Harry and Meghan here. A lot of news. Where are you flying into? I'm flying into Manchester. I saw Harry and Meghan on the news this morning as they arrived into Australia. Hope you enjoy their visit. Although then again, you might be a Republican. Who knows? I doubt it. Right, let's get rid of that. Just check that yeah, they're off. Weather is really yucky today. Right, so I just, whoops. So they're armed. We will be at 7,000 feet by the time we get to Mercy, which is great. Brakes are armed. Just coming up on 10,000 feet. So let's get the lights on. Put the logo back on. And the wing lights. Just so people can see us. So as I was saying, it's a really long approach to Manchester. So it's about 15. It feels like a 15-mile approach generally. We'll put the terrain radar on. There's no point putting the weather radar on because it doesn't work. So far we've been flying about 23 minutes. I know it says 20 minutes, but I was a little bit early. Doreen. Nice one. It was really great to meet it was really great to meet you all up in Cosford. you, Darren, as well. And I noticed, Darren, that you was walking around with a crowd of XP dedicated people, which was nice. Right, so we're coming below the cloud, and now we'll see GB photos, GB Orbex GB South in all its glory, especially as we come to Manchester. There we go. Is this GB South still in Manchester? I cannot remember if it go. No, it doesn't go up that far, does it? So I think this is now default scenery. So theoretically, my frame rates should have gone up from where they were. Who knows? So we've got 1,000 feet to go to 70. So the next one is 3,500. Yep, 3,500 after Mercy. So and we stay at that and hopefully capture the ILS at 3,500 as well. So now, looking at the primary flight display, you can see that we're bang on. Descent profile there, speed is coming down as well, so that needle is coming up. You can see there's like a little green arrow pointing down next to the speed, which means we are slowing down. We're at 7,000 feet. So let me get past Mercy and we'll descend to 3,500. Oops. Okay, there we are. Yes, that's right, Darren. It's all default now, apart from Barton Airport, which I've got also. So this is when we we look outside and we think, Xplane 11 scenery ain't that bad. You see, but I've done a clever trick. I left the north of UK VFR photo scenery in. So I've got UK VFR photo scenery from flight 1 still in. So it don't look that bad really. Well, a horrible murky day. Oh, that's the one we want, isn't it? I'm pretty sure they will. I'm pretty sure they will do Orbex scenery. I mean, they're going to do it for all over the world eventually, but it must feel pretty, when you're waiting for something, and everybody else has got it and you haven't. It must be a little bit annoying, if nothing else. I'm trying to find the rest of my lights, and I always have trouble. Here we go. Don't know how many of you use XP Realistic, but it is the business. It really is. The sun is poking its head through. So let's go for a level change here. I'm using Ultra Weather XP and Real World Weather and FSGRW. So in answer to your question, I'll ask yes, I'm using Real World Weather, but this is not XP11's clouds. This is Ultra Weather XP clouds with FSGRW. So, so this is UK VFR photo scenery that we're looking at now, right underneath us, Manchester. Looks pretty good. I haven't got a problem with it. I never had a problem with it before, before Orbex, but Orbex has been color corrected and color matched and all the rest of it. So, and it's up to date. Let's get on QNH. What did I say? QNH was at Manchester 1014. Whoops. Yeah, they certainly are. They're working on 1130 and VR as well. Um, I think John Spann mentioned that the other day. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. I mean, Ultraweather XP does. I've got to say at the moment, it's it's doing its job a little bit better than SkyMax. And you know me, I'm a SkyMax fan, but this is looks very good. It's that kind of stuff when you see that kind of stuff, you know. So you're flying over a bit of cloud, and then off in the distance, you've got that. Okay, we're on a long. Right, I'm going to do a little bit of vectoring, I think.
1,000 to go. 1,000 to go.
Thousands to go. So I'm going to vector myself around to the final approach fix because for some reason it hasn't put in what it normally puts in, which is a big teardrop over that fix there. So I will vector myself around to that and then come on.
1,000 to go.
So we're coming over to the Pennines here and Saddleworth Moor. See, UK VFR photo scenery don't look bad. Don't look bad at all. It'd be interesting to see what you think. Be interesting. Just some comments, Darren and Justin, because you've got GB South. Just a couple of comments. What do you think that looks like, you know, by comparison? Yeah, I think you've got it right, bang on the nose, Darren. It's exactly right. Um, it does really, it does look so good. Let's come around to that fix there, and then I can get on back 2500 back onto LNAV and VNAV. Okay, 2500. It says that one more time. Now, why did the aircraft go off course then? So, I think I'm going to have to hand fly this down. Let's get the gear down to some flaps. Okay, so my aircraft now, I think. Okay, my aircraft. I'm going to hand land this because for some reason I don't think the ILS caught. Bleed off some speed.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
A little bit fast. What I can do is that, I think.
Approaching 2, 3, right.
No, too fast. I'm going to have to go around.
Unstable. Unstable.
Let's go around. Oops, come on. Oh dear. What the heck? Right. Whew. That was a bit sketchy, as they say. I'm going to find my way back now. Pull up my map. There we go. We're good. This is what happens, you see, if you at the wrong speed and you don't catch your airport. Definite boo-boo there. Right. Airport's out to the right. Let's try again. I hate it when it doesn't capture the ILS. I really dislike that.
Thousand to go.
And it should have captured the ILS because everything was set. But yeah, well, I should have been all right. 3,500 feet should have caught the ILS, but we'll try again. And then it was perfect time. I should be down for 10 o'clock, and then I'll go out for breakfast. All the people who'll be watching this who want to see the full flight, they'll be, oh my god! Had a very nice conversation this morning. Right, we can start heading back, I think, towards the airport. Come on, don't do that.
Thousand to go.
Okay, we've captured this time. You can see the bug is coming down and we're fully on the glide. Alright, we're looking good. What did you say my speed was? 137.
Thousand feet stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
My aircraft. Autopilot disengaged, auto throttle off, flight director off.
3 right.
500 feet to go. 400. Two white, two red. 300 feet. And here we are. 200. 100. Idle. And touchdown. Reverse thrust. Manual braking 80 knots.
80 knots.
4,000 feet remaining.
Release the brakes.
Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices.
Runway clear. Well, not yet.
We hope you had a pleasant experience and we look forward to welcoming you again on another flight.
There we go. Runway is now clear. And we can taxi to stand. So, at least we captured that time. Clearly too fast and wrong attitude for the glide slope, but there we go. We got it in. Not bad at all. Coming into Manchester Airport. All good. Landing lights off. Taxi lights on. Logo off. Brake a moment. Start the APU. Cheers, Al. Yeah. There's the A380 stand directly ahead of us, Manchester Airport. I should go on stand 12, I think. Save time. There we go, that'll do. Whoops, brakes. Brakes on, engines off, APU's running. There we go. That'll do. Helen Hall. Hi, Helen. Nice to see you. Right, there we go. This video will be available on YouTube for the foreseeable future, obviously, for those people who did not see the full tutorial flight, or didn't watch this morning, should I say. There we go. APU off. Battery off, where we can find it. Battery switch off. Emergency lights off. There we go. Aircraft's cold and dark. Right. Let's have a look outside. See what Manchester looks like this morning. Not bad at all. Weather's quite nice. Alright, that's it everybody. Flight up from Cardiff. I am going to go out and get myself a very nice breakfast from the Tuck-In in Cardiff. If you ever get to Cardiff, go to the Tuck-In, Cowbridge Road. You'll love it. It's the business. Alright, we'll see you all soon. Take care.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo, is it?
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct, what's your requested routing?
Let's go and then direct.
Selector 1 ready, cleared, right, let's go.
Let's go, Bravo Bravo.